What's good, everybody? Timeless Traveler here today, and so I originally was thinking of making this video to just kind of give everyone a update on the status of the Let's Play series known as Timeless Adventures, where me and my brother, known as Joker, will be doing all sorts of crazy shenanigans and learning how to survive on with a few different tweaks in mind. Someone commented on one of my videos actually about wanting to take a tour of my survival world, so I figured why don't I just kind of combine the two. I'll take you all along on a tour of my world, and then I'll also go into detail as to the aspects of this upcoming Let's Play series. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and then slap that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all future content. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's start the tour. So the tweaks that we're getting for this Let's Play series comes from a website known as techrock.org/Bedrock Tweaks. Okay? And with that, there comes all sorts of tweaks and adjustments to some of the crafting recipes. There's some additional add-ons, changes in like the sun, changes in like the layout of wool, some of the stones, things like that. We'll be going over a list of those in just a moment. But for now, let's take a look here. This is just this is just a small XP gold farm that I needed to throw together because I was once I started having mending tools, I needed an XP farm. So I put together one of the 0-tick gold farms that I found on YouTube, and pretty much just you know, it's a little sloppy. The intent was not to have it as a permanent setting. I was going to put together Navy Nexus's quad gold farm design, if time permitted. But this is pretty much it. It's very simple. We got the lava that updates. All right, as I was saying, so we have a little setup over there. We have the lava that updates, the portal, and when I flick this here switch, you can see that we have the portal is constantly being activated, deactivated, like for some reason can't fly. And if you take a look, I don't know if you can see it right there. I'm going to try to land right on it. Pro move. Okay, so we can see we have ourselves just a basic observer clock. Whenever I hit that switch, it turns on and off the portal. And if we were on any difficulty other than peaceful, it would just get flooded with the zombie piglins. Now, of course, on hard difficulty, the quantity of piglins increases. Then we just slap this on, and when I just go AFK, just gather my XP, just like that. Very simple. Speaking of hard mode, when we do Timeless Adventures, we will be on hard mode the entire time, which is going to be quite the challenge because I only ever, right now I'm on peaceful just to make it easier to maneuver around, but I only really ever play on easy. So luckily, we'll be doing 2-player, so things will be slightly easier, but it's still going to be a challenge. But then I just have a massive storage. I just threw in a bunch of chests because we have anyone that's ever done a gold farm knows, especially with looting 3, you know, you get large amounts of rotten flesh. Now this is over the course of I've repaired my tools from 0 to full durability probably I want to say at least 6 times, I think 6-7 times. And we already have this much rotten flesh. Now from here to here is programmed for rotten flesh. From here to here is all of our golden nuggets. Not a lot there. And then the last couple chests are up for butter or gold ingots. Whatever's left over, we just kind of dispose of in the auto dropper. And then because I was working on the our next main feature over there, the custom 80 villager trading hall / iron golem farm, I needed lots of wool, so I just kind of put together a temporary wool farm. Again, this was meant to be just something to give me enough wool to make the beds that I needed, and I kind of exceeded the amount that I needed, but it's good. It's a very good farm, and I was going to make an industrial all 16 colored wool farm somewhere down the line. But as we journey on over here, let me tell you some of the changes that we're going to have with the tweaks from the website that I mentioned, techrocks.org. So a couple of the things when it comes to crafting is we're going to have We can turn a dropper into a dispenser by adding a bow or adding some bits like the sticks and string, we're going to be able to craft horse armor, which is going to be really cool. We can craft name tags. One thing that I am very, very excited about, especially since you see that gold farm in the back, just imagine anyone that has ever seen Navy Nexus's quad farm design, picture that on hard difficulty with as many mobs spawning as possible, with the craftable notch apple available in survival play. We don't have to go into creative. We have a tweak that has added the recipe for the notched apple or the enchanted apple. So that is going to be really cool. So that is going to be pretty much the main food source once we have reached pretty much God status. Full netherite gear, all enchanted armor, all enchanted books, the whole nine, and we will feast off of golden apples. And for those that know Il Mango, there's another tweak in here that actually turns the golden apples into Il Mango's mango. So technically, we will be feasting off Il Mango's mangoes, which is going to be it's a cool texture. I like the look of it. I'm not going to show you now. I'm gonna save all of the visual changes for when we start the series. You'll just have to watch and enjoy as they come up. And then this is one of my personal favorites. I came up with this pretty much by myself once I got an understanding of how the iron golem mechanics work in Bedrock, since we had a nice overhaul to the spawn rates of iron golems in villages. And once I understood the positioning of the beds and where the golems spawn, I thought of putting together a nice iron golem farm. But I also figured, since it needs villagers to have an iron golem farm, why don't I just also design it to work as a trading hall as well? So I did that, and I since I want to have every book enchanted at its max level or close to its max level. Got all sorts of different trades here. I have every single trade that you could possibly hope for because I have 60 librarians. When it comes to trading halls, I don't mess around. I really need access to books. I actually, I was talking to Joker about this the other day because he was talking about setting up enchanting tables in our Let's Play series, and I told him that I forgot the enchanting table exists because I've been using this. I have not touched an enchanting table in over a year, because as soon as I start getting access to iron, I just go crazy and I have to build one of these. So then I constantly have iron pumping out, and that's pretty much probably what's going to happen to Let's Play series. You probably won't see me with an enchanting table unless it's for decoration. And then, of course, we have ourselves the clerics, because all that rotten flesh you saw, it's got to go somewhere. And since 1.16.100 has rebalanced the discounts, when previously we could trade 1 beetroot for an emerald or 1 emerald for impaling 5 enchanting book. It's very important now, to use whatever you can to trade with your villagers to get all the emeralds you need. And then we have our stone cutters for, because I like to have stone, and then I come here for diamond armor, because at the time I wasn't mining for resources. So I get my diamond armor and I get my diamond weapons from my armors and weaponsmiths. As we work our way over to the next feature of my world, I know it's not a lot. I spent a lot of time putting this together. I spent a lot of time on the house. We'll get into that in just a bit. I had some big plans and I needed to do lots of terraforming, because this used to be a very unbalanced and uneven village. This isn't too far from my spawn. I came over here because it was a nice little island, and I figured, what a great place to set up a base and set up some farms, and then I was going to kind of go from there. But let's go ahead and take a look at this other farm. And so some of the other changes that we have in the Let's Play series is, this is going to be one of my favorites, is that we have what's called double shulker shells, which means that shulkers are always going to drop 2 shells no matter what. Sometimes they don't drop any, sometimes they drop 1, and it becomes such a grind at the very beginning of end busting. So I figured, you know, let's just have that on and as kind of a bit of a reward because we're playing on hard. We beat the dragon, which I've never actually done on hard difficulty either. So it's it's sometimes I struggle on easy and normal as it is. So finding a dragon on hard might be a challenge unless we get those enchanted golden apples. But another great feature is that the dragon will always drop an egg and it will always drop an elytra. So the day you see us beat the dragon and we go end busting, potentially on like a live stream, is we're both going to get our elytra right off the bat, and that will make it so much easier for end busting. And so what I did here is I just turned on I have a 0 tick bamboo farm, and that's pumping into hopper system that goes straight into my furnaces, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. This is another design I found on YouTube. Most 0 tick farms, of course, are done by Navy Nexus. I think he figured out how all of the different 0 tick mechanics work. So that's his design. I just kind of modified the collection area to kind of go into my furnaces. Oh, gotta sleep. All right, that's much better. Now, speaking of sleep, another important thing. I don't know how many of you watch Hermitcraft, but that is a very big thing that I spend a lot of time doing. I love watching the hermits. And every time I think of needing to go to sleep, I always think of B-dubs, just because anyone that watches knows that he's like the master of sleep. But this feature is a multiplayer sleep. So it's going to add the ability for only one of us needing to go to sleep in order to pass the night, which is going to be very helpful. One of us could be down in the caves, the other person could be up and about, and you know, person's in the cave could sleep while the person above is you know, doing whatever. So it works out. So I didn't really have much going on up here. I was just working on some sort of basic interior. I really like smooth stone, and I was just learning how to work with polished andesite in conjunction with smooth stone, and I'm really becoming a fan of dark oak wood. So I wanted to try to put some of that together, while keeping in mind to have a bit of volume and depth in the build. Yeah, so we take a look down here, and this is just my manual storage. It's not that, you know, that epic right now, but I needed chests because I was accumulating lots of stuff up on the surface, and I really needed to clean up the area. So I just kind of used the first room in my basement to you know, just be a storage for all my stuff. And then what I was saying earlier about the 0 tick bamboo farm going in here, we're actually full. The furnaces are full. The hoppers, you can't see them, but the hoppers, let's see if we can got to be careful because I got haste 2 with efficiency 5 on. So the hoppers are completely full. It takes about 4 bamboo to smelt an item. So every stack will smelt 16 items. And we have these hoppers backed up. And then if any of it ever gets low, we just turn on the 0 tick farm and we're good to go from there. But one thing I'm actually I'm very happy that I put together. It's very simple, but I'm also becoming a real fan of putting stairs in the corners. I really like the way that turns out. It gives a little bit of roundness while also keeping some edge to the design. And then I just had armor stands here, and I was going to fill them up with you know, with all sorts of loot. Like I had nether stars here. So quick story. I was actually trying to create a beacon, not the one that's active right now, but I was doing some underground mining. I was trying to mine for like an hour just to gather resource and stone. And I searched every chest I had, literally every single, you saw the storage. I searched every one. I searched every shulker box. I searched every chest, even the ones that aren't marked. I checked up there. I checked at the gold portal. I checked over at the village trading hall. I could not find my nether stars to make my beacons. I was about to give up, and then I come over here and I completely forgot that I put my nether stars in my armor stands for them to hold on to so I don't lose them. So, you know, just a quick note, always remember to check your armor stands if you have anything missing. And then we won't go into the nether right now. simply because there's literally like there's a portal on the other end, and then I just laid out a netherrack path to the fortress, and then the fortress is like there's nothing done there. I just went over there to take some wither skeleton skulls. So there's really nothing exciting over there. But yeah, so I still have some plans for this world. I don't know how much time I will have to work on it, just because I'm doing my other videos now, and I am working on the upcoming Let's Play series with Joker. So from time to time, I'll try to get on here, and if you are still interested, you know, I give updates. Anything big, I'll take like pictures of it, and you know, you could see it on Instagram. You can follow me there for any picture updates if I don't do any video tours. And then over here was the beach. This is the last thing that I was working on. So I had this idea of I put this circle in not too long ago, this full circle, and then I was going to raise up the sand, bring it back a bit over here, and then kind of like make a gradient effect between grass, dirt, coarse dirt, and then sand, and gradient that in over here and have it angled down, and then have a nice flat area before it reaches the coastline right here. And we'll have some boats and things like that for our water transportation. All right, well, that pretty much concludes the tour. I hope you enjoyed the bits that I have set up right now. As far as the Timeless Adventures series goes, just to recap some of the things that we're going to be doing differently from a simple survival vanilla playthrough, is that we're going to be, for the first time for me, we're going to be playing on hard mode. And we're going to have some dragon drops, meaning that the Ender Dragon will be dropping an egg and an elytra every time it dies, which is going to make for an interesting watch when we fight the dragon and for end busting, because before we even fight the dragon the first time, we're going to spend some time in the nether to get the gas tiers, and then back in the overworld to get other resources to create the end crystal. So if we survive the dragon the first time, we're gonna do it again right afterwards, which is gonna be quite the show, I think. Phantoms are also much larger. Then the longer you don't sleep, the larger the phantoms get. And for anyone that saw my previous video about the new changes to 1.16.100, there's a link up at the top if you need. Phantoms now make flappy noises with their wings, so picture them getting larger every night and having that terrifying flappy wing sound. It's gonna be pretty intense. We have a few other things. We can create horse armor. We can create the enchanted apple or the notched apple. We can create name tags. We can create blackstone. We can also unpack ice. So blue ice can be unpacked into packed ice. Packed ice can be broken down or unpacked into regular ice. We gotta sleep. Much better. And then we have a few other changes, like hay bales don't have that red string in the center. Nether bricks are black. The moon and sun is going to look a little more 3D. We have golden crowns. The bottle of enchanting has a splash look to it, and a few different texture changes that I think people will appreciate. If not because it is, you know, really cool to look at, then perhaps because it is just different from the basic vanilla look. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to take off, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this tour and are looking forward to Timeless Adventures, a Let's Play series with me and Joker. Okay, it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be coming up. I didn't give you all a specific date. I know someone was asking me when. So we will be ready. We will start filming and playing next week, the middle of next week. So hopefully by the end of next week, we have a good episode ready for all of you to watch. So today's the 18th. I think on the 24th, 25th is when we start. Give us about 2 days after that. Hopefully 3 at the most, and we will have you my first Let's Play series episode. So until then, I am Timeless Traveler. Thank you all again so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your days. Take care, and I will see you in the next episode.